their problems unless they are seeking expert advice. For men, asking for help when they can do something yourself is a sign of weakness. Men rarely talk about their problems, sisters. If he's not, you feel like you ain't sharing everything with me. Baby, that's a man for you. Why don't you tell me? Talk to me. What you will find oftentimes is what the man is going to do. Don't worry, baby. I got this. I'm going to handle this. For men, doing things by themselves is a symbol of efficiency, power, and competence. That's why you'll find a lot of men around the house. Don't worry, I'll fix it. Don't call nobody. What's wrong with it? I got it. I'm going to call, so you don't need to call them. I got this. Look at somebody and tell them, let the man be a man. Let him be a man. For a woman, personal expression in clothes and in feelings is very important. For a woman, communication is very important. Talking, sharing, and relating is how a woman feels good about herself. Brothers, you got to talk to them. A lot of times, that's all she wants is somebody just talk to me. Just give me your ear just for a minute. Brothers, if you don't want to talk, don't get in a relationship. Women value love, communication, beauty, and relationships. For women, offering help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. It's a sign of caring to give support. Yes, so brothers, the woman is going to say, can I help you? Or let me help you. And we can do this and let's get that together and we can do this and let me, they want to be able to help. For them, it is a sign of strength. It is a sign of caring. I'm showing you that I care about you. Women are very concerned about issues relating to physical attractiveness. Changes in this area can be as difficult for women as changes in a man's financial status. Okay, buckle up. So, brothers, you have to understand, be very careful how you comment about the weight that she may be gaining. Be very careful how you talk about how her hair looks, how her clothes are on. And sisters, on the other hand, be careful how you talk about that money. Men are more logical, analytical, and rational. Women are intuitive, holistic, creative, and integrative. Men are more logical, analytical, and rational. Women are exactly the opposite. Intuitive, holistic, creative, and integrative. Men are actually, listen to this, are actually more vulnerable and dependent on relationships than women are. Men, sisters, understand this, are more devastated by the ending of a relationship than the woman, since they have fewer friends and fewer sources of emotional support. Now, understand, I don't care how they act, because a man gonna be a man. But the truth of the matter is, they are far worse off than you are, and they're more devastated than you are, because they do not have a safety net in the same way. At least you got your girlfriends. For the man, losing the relationship, if he cannot validate it and justify it, makes him look like he's lost something. Now he looks less than a man, and no man wants to look less than a man to another man. So men are more vulnerable and dependent upon the relationships. And so, sisters, that's why sometimes you see men a little bit more edgy in relationships, because they've got a lot to lose. Oh, y'all don't hear me talking in here. Men tend to be more functional in approaching problem solving. Women are more emotionally oriented, in addition to being more functional in solving problems. So actually, women are better problem solvers than men, because women go at it in two different directions. Men usually go after the problem one way. That's why, brothers, it's always good to hear what your woman got to say about the problem. It's not just we gonna do it this way, but baby, what you think? Okay. Women tend to be much more sensitive to sounds and smells than men are. And women, as such, tend to place a greater emphasis on atmosphere. They can sense it. A woman can walk in the house and get inside the threshold of the door and not make another move and talk to anybody else and know if there's a problem in the house. That's why some of us know a lot of times, ain't nobody told your mother nothing. She could just walk in the house and find you. What happened? Men have greater needs for status and independence. Emphasis on separate and different. Women have needs for intimacy and connection. Emphasis on close and same. Let me say it again. Men have greater needs for status and independence. So, sisters, sometimes you can find, baby, that doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't matter to you, but it matters to him. And you've got to understand that about a man. He's interested in status and a level of independence. He wants to feel like he's a man. Women, on the other hand, have a need for intimacy and connection. In other words, brothers, you got to understand, even though sometimes you want to be by yourself, sometimes you got to be with her. The woman needs to feel some type of connection. A woman doesn't want to feel like she's a kite floating with a string and ain't nobody holding the string. Women need to receive caring, understanding, respect, devotion, validation, and reassurance. Women are motivated when they feel special or cherished. Brothers, if you ever want to get her to do something, make her feel special. Make her feel cherished. A woman is not a mule. A woman is not an animal. You just can't give a woman instructions and orders and say, now do it, and expect her to do it. Oh, somebody ought to say amen in here. A woman's motivation comes when she feels special and cherished. Even if she cannot articulate it to you, brother, even if she cannot articulate it to you, husband, she wants to feel special, like she is like nobody else. She is the rarest of diamonds. She is the rarest of pearls. Special and cherished. She wants to feel like the last thing that you're going to let go is her. You can go without the house. You can go without the car. You can go without the money. You can go without your friends. But baby, I can't make it without you. Men need to receive trust, acceptance, appreciation, admiration, approval, and encouragement. Sisters, whether you want to do it or not, it's what the man needs. Everybody's got needs. Women need caring and understanding, respect, devotion, validation, and reassurance. Men need to receive trust and acceptance, appreciation, admiration, approval, and encouragement. Sisters, you got to encourage them sometimes. You got to let them know that you admire him sometimes. Sometimes you got to tell him you appreciate him. No matter what job he's working on, baby, you know what? I appreciate you for going to work every day. I appreciate you for what you're doing. I appreciate you for the bills that you pay. I appreciate you for coming home. I appreciate you for helping me around the house. Encouragement. He looking for a new job, baby. You gonna get it. It ain't even gonna be a problem. You gonna get it. And if you don't get that one, the next one you gonna get is gonna be greater than the one you were denied. Encouragement. He needs encouragement. And sisters, you got to understand, it's vital because he is the head of the family. If the head tumbles, everything else is crumbling. Men are motivated when they feel needed. A man's, sister's deepest fear is that he is not good enough or not competent enough, though he may never express it. Sisters, understand this. Men are built to provide. They are built to lead, built to be in charge. They are built for that. We are built for that. A man has to feel like he is needed. Sisters, understand this. Even if you got all your stuff together, even if you got a PhD, a BS, a MS, a JKLMNOP, you got all the money that you will ever need. You got a good job, and at the end of the day, you could take care of your family and 2 other families. You still have to make that man feel like you need him. Oh, let me help somebody in here. I promise you. Because of the way the man is wired, if he doesn't feel like you need him, he's going to find somebody who does need him. Men need to feel like they are needed. Baby, I need you here. I just don't want you here. I need you here. I need you for stability. I need you as my partner. I need your wisdom. I need your insight. I need your protection. I need you. Sometimes, sisters, you got to tell them, baby, if I ain't told you this before, I know I told you I loved you, but did I tell you that I need you? Oh, y'all don't want to learn how to live in here. One writer says the differences are different between a man and a woman. Not better or worse. Do not judge the differences. It is what it is. He is what he is, and she is what she is. Don't try to change the differences. Don't try to make the man a woman. And don't try to make the woman a man. Do not try to make them go away. Watch this. Here's the key. Here's the key. Can you live with the differences? Can you live with the differences? Her differences or his differences? Watch this. The truth of the matter is, yes, you can live with the differences. In the evaluation stage, you are going to see the differences. Not so much in the relationship, but you are authentically going to see the differences that exist or that are expressed in emotions, actions, words, and deeds that exist between a man and a woman. But can you live with the differences? The truth of the matter is, yes. Why? God says, I'll put no more on you than what you can bear. Watch this. You can live with the differences. Why? Because that's how God made us. Male and female, the Bible says he made them male and female. In other words, he made us different. And different for reason and purpose. What a man isn't, a woman is. What a woman isn't, a man is. When they come together, the two are one. That is, they are a whole being. Oh, God. Because of what she brings to the table and what he brings to the table, he brings his half, she brings her half, and the two halves make a whole. Watch this. That's why it doesn't work with two men. Because when two men come to the table, they're bringing the same thing. That's why it does not work with two women. Because when two women come to the table, they're bringing the same thing. So the two could never be one. That's why the whole transgender situation, operation doesn't work. Listen to this. You can change a man's genitalia and you can change a woman's genitalia. You can give a man a woman's genitalia and you can give a woman a man's genitalia. That doesn't make him a man. Watch this. What made him a man was how God wired him when he birthed them. In other words, no matter what genitalia they have, you can change that. But you can't change the wiring that God put in them. Oh, y'all don't want to hear me in here. You see, the only thing you're going to get from a transgender situation, because you've transformed or you've changed the genitalia of the person, is a confused person. Because you're wired to be a man, but you got the genitalia of a woman. You're wired to be a woman, and now you got the genitalia of a man. Oh, y'all don't want to hear no truth in here. He made them different so that the two differences coming together would make a whole. Not confusion, but a whole. In other words, the issue isn't can you live with the differences. You can, brother, sister, you can make it with the differences. The real reality is you can't get over the differences. The issue is, do you know how to differentiate, watch this now, between differences and deal breakers? Okay, let me say that again because it went over a few people's heads. The issue isn't whether or not you can deal with differences. The issue is, can you, do you know how to differentiate between what is a difference and what is a deal breaker? Now, I said something about differences. Let's deal with deal breakers. Deal breakers have nothing to do with gender. Deal breakers have to do with the lack of character, values, morals, or ethics, which indicate no need for further relationship progress. Let me say it again. Deal breakers have nothing to do with gender. The gender stuff is related to differences. Deal breakers have to do with the lack of character, values, morals, or ethics, which indicate to you there is no need for further relationship progress. In other words, we can end this now. Okay, let me break it down for you. These are deal breakers. Physical abuse, deal breaker. Mental abuse, deal breaker. Emotional abuse on any level, deal breaker. No job or unwilling to get a job or meaningful contributions anywhere, deal breaker. We don't need to go any further with this. Lack of love or evidence of love for God and or the things of God, deal breaker. We don't need to go any further. The lack of strength and or honesty to do the right thing, deal breaker. A constant liar, deal breaker. No display of respect for anyone, including themselves, deal breaker. Obvious signs of insanity, instability, and recklessness. Look at somebody and say, deal breaker. And let me say this too, because y'all don't want to believe there's some crazy people walking around here. Y'all think everybody crazy in St. Elizabeth's and is locked up. This is what Psychology Today said. Listen to this. For the past 30 years, the number of primary mental health personnel has increased from 14,000 to over 100,000. These personnel increases include psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, psychiatric social workers, psychiatric nurses. Some 17 million mentally ill in the U.S., they say, occupy half the hospital beds in the United States. Now listen, and those are the persons that have been diagnosed. Obvious signs of instability, insanity, recklessness, deal breaker. No record of family or friends, deal breaker. Look, I don't know who you are or where you came from. I can't connect you to nothing. Look at somebody and tell them deal breaker, deal breaker, deal breaker, deal breaker. We don't know where in the world you just popped up from. I'm gonna need to meet a friend, family member, or something. Disappearing acts with no legitimate accountability. Deal breaker. I don't know where in the world you have been, and I don't believe that cockamamie story you're telling me. Look at somebody and tell them deal breaker. You can handle the differences. As a matter of fact, you can even grow to a place that you celebrate your differences. Here's the key. Deal breakers. Knowing the things that indicate, that signify a lack of character, lack of values, a lack of morals, and a lack of ethics that are essential for long-term relationships. Let me say it again. You can deal with the differences. She gonna be who she is, and he's going to be who he is. The issue becomes, have you learned to discern and to decipher deal breakers? Have you learned to discern and to decipher what good character looks like?